Well, I like that you called it the Jugaad innovation. I want to also understand from your outlook as to how you think entrepreneurs should think when it comes to really stopping, when it comes to cutting the losses. Have you yourself done that?
Just because you failed once at an effort, it could have failed because the market isn't there and it's not a good market. But more often than not, you did it the wrong way, but your market instincts are still right. If you believe in that and you have or can get funding or survive on scarce funding, again, the Jugaad innovation factor, I would say keep trying, just try it differently. So the key to good entrepreneurship is how fast you iterate, you zigzag left or right, how much you change your plan, how you evolve your plan to the reality in the marketplace. This is why lower cost innovation has a higher probability of success. And when you get a lot of money, you're more likely to fail, in my view. You test a lot of assumptions. But the key idea is if you keep testing your ideas and keep improving them and changing what is not working, if the fundamental idea in the market is right, then you'll get there if you have enough time. I sometimes tell entrepreneurs, stay alive long enough, survive long enough to thrive.
You know, and Mr. Khosla, we can't deny the fact that there have been revolutionary technologies in India, in particular for public goods, such as UPI or even ONDC. Do you think that the ingredients for explosion of digital transformation are in place in India?
I think the combination of what is called the India stack, UPI is a part of the India stack, but digital ID, Aadhaar, UPI just makes startups so much easier to do in these areas. Combine that with the power of AI, and even a low-income household could have a wealth advisor on how to manage their finances. And they need it more than sort of Mukesh Ambani does.
And if we were to get to the crux of it, a large population, in fact, the true India is really known by Bharat, which is in rural or semi-urban areas. Do you think that Indian startups should really focus on providing solutions for the problems that are faced by the people in Bharat? Could this really help in really encashing our demographic dividend?
Look, areas like rural areas often get ignored. There are very large markets because there's a large number of people, not as much wealth, but the most impactful startups, especially for those founders who are trying to have a large impact on Bharat, they apply to a lot of rural areas. So if you have an AI tutor, which we're doing not for profit, it'll benefit the rural areas the most, where good quality teaching is harder to get. One of my favorite projects in India is another nonprofit effort called 10bedicu.org. What 10-bed ICU came out of the COVID crisis and the realization in remote parts of India, ICU beds are not available. And we've now led by a guy called Sirikant Nadamuni, who, by the way, was the CTO of the Aadhaar effort under Nandan Nilekani, has started the 10-bed ICU effort. And we have over 200 ICUs set up in remote districts. There's only 700 districts in India. We already have ICUs set up in 700 remote parts of these districts, 200 of these districts in remote parts. So we just did the inauguration with the Chief Minister of Assam recently, just did an inauguration with the Chief Minister of Nagaland recently, and same in Karnataka in the remoter parts. So these are remote ICU beds with the expertise being remote, being in a metropolitan center like in Manipur or something, in a regional hospital, but the ICU bed itself in a remote area. That kind of innovation is very exciting to me.